And yes, he did finish 11th in the Daytona 500 a couple years ago. Just because, he got bored and he qualified for the Daytona 500 and ran the Daytona 500. So a little bit today we'll talk about his beginnings into action sports, some of his career achievements, some of the injuries he sustained, and where he is at nowadays. So Travis Pastrana was born in Annapolis, Maryland. He currently lives in Davisonville, Maryland, which is about 20 minutes outside of Annapolis. He grew up in the 80s and 90s and started his claim to fame in the 1999 X Games and freestyle motocross. So he did all the tricks, he was flying in the air. And he is the only person in freestyle motocross history of the X Games to record a 99 out of 100. And he did it at that X Games before backwards or even backwards. It's alright. But he still did some little racing at the time. So in 2000, he won the AMA 125cc National Championship. In 2001, he followed up with wins at the 125cc East Coast Cross Championship and the 125cc Road Street Invitational. 125cc is just the power of the engine. It's a relatively small in the dirt bike world, but it creates more power than it needs to know to do. And in 2006, he started attempting a trip, and it came rumors and speculation that the first ever double backflip behind a dirt bike would happen at that X Games. And in 2006, he attempted and landed the first ever double backflip, and he went from a guy pretty well known in the action sports space to being compared to the likes of Tony Hawk, who was famous for doing the 900 on a skateboard years prior. He went from a pretty popular guy to overnight superstardom, and he was one of the most popular athletes in the world at the time. But then for the next few years, he started working on rally racing. So he raced up to the mountains and the trees, creeks and everything, and started getting back and forth with the dirt bike and rally car. And in 2009, he attempted a trick called the TP7, a toilet paper 7. I don't know where I get the name from. And at that X Games, he landed and fractured about every single bone in his knee. And the worst part was I was riding with his wife, and I think they had just gotten married like 6 months prior. And his wife was in the same space as him, just on skateboards, so she knew the risk that comes with it. But still, when you watch your husband fall 30 feet in the air, land on a pile of dirt, and shatter his leg, pretty worrisome. A year later, while filming a movie, he landed the TP7, but he landed it 20 degrees short. So they call it the TP7 because he couldn't get a 720 rotation while attempting it back at the same time. Like, yeah, you did it. Well, you're 20 degrees short, but you did it, which makes it so much better. And then for the next few years, he started doing more and more rally racing, trophy truck racing, which is like the big Baja trucks you see jumping over the jumps. Started doing that, and everyone's like, "You're not riding your dirt bike as much anymore." And he goes, "Why?" He goes, "I have a wife, I have 2 kids. I can't afford to crash on my dirt bike because one bad hit, I'm done nowadays." He goes, "I have people to live for." Like, NASCAR is dangerous. He goes, "Yeah, but 4 wheels and a roll cage is a lot safer than 2 wheels and no roll cage." So next few years he did NASCAR, rally car, and then in 2018, in honor of Eagle Knievel, one of the greatest stuntmen ever, he recreated his iconic jumps, and he did it on an Indian motorcycle, how Eagle would have done it, some of the dirt bikes. So he jumped 52 cars, 16 buses, and jumped Caesar's Palace all in one night because it was an Eagle Knievel tribute, and why not go after the biggest tricks Eagles ever did. And the last couple things I want to touch on is he has a company called Nitro Circus, and they tour the world doing stunts, but they do it every single night, 6 months out of the year. And I got to see him one time in Jacksonville when he was still riding at the same level. And being a little kid and watching your idols, like, oh my gosh. Like, some people idolize Tom Brady. If you get to go see Tom Brady play in a playoff game, it's like, oh my gosh, that's Tom Brady. That was me with Travis Pastrana. And now let's touch into the injuries part. This is the reason why our mom and dads don't want us riding dirt bikes. Over the course of his career, he has torn both ACLs, PCLs, LCL, MCLs, lefty and righty. He's broken his tibia and fibula, both wrists, both hands, both feet, both collarbones, separated both shoulders, shattered his pelvis, separated his spine out of order, and he's had over 40 concussions. That's why mom and dad don't want us riding a dirt bike, because one bad hit could be the end of it all. He's been